Have you ever been prompted to think about how the public views celebrities, their private life, and their privacy after seeing an image on social media? The subject of today's film will be Leni Olumi Klum's latest swimsuit images, which have been the subject of a lot of online controversy. Several of these images have provoked discussion about privacy rights and how even adult users respond to celebrity content. In addition to fashion, we'll go into great detail about the replies, the implications, and what this all means for the present world, so be sure to read all the way through to the end. Perhaps you're wondering why Leni's bikini pictures are causing such a stir. Leni Olumi Klum, daughter of famous supermodel Heidi Klum, has been in the spotlight for a long reason because of her extraordinary beauty and her own successful career. Even though she grew up in the spotlight, the greatest attention has been paid to her latest social media pictures, especially the ones where she is seen in swimwear. The pictures have provoked debates regarding our perceptions of fashion and young celebrity. While some people like Leni's assertiveness and think the photos are positive, others have questioned if they are appropriate, especially given her age and the stresses of living in the digital age. Why, therefore, do even adults find some of these photos inappropriate especially? Let's analyze this. Appreciating one's physique and sharing something that some people could find offensive are two completely different things. As the social media era progresses, it becomes increasingly difficult to distinguish between private and public moments. Celebrities, particularly those with sizable fan bases, are constantly under scrutiny, and even something as simple as a beach photo can spark a contentious public discussion. Some argue that Leni is becoming well-known far earlier than expected for a young woman, which raises questions regarding the proper degree of privacy protection. These days, everything is quickly shared online, and the comments, assessments, and in-depth analyses of the images are just as significant as the actual images. The public's reaction is often conflicted. Some see Leni as a role model for embracing her body with courage, while others are concerned about how her photos are being interpreted by a broad audience that includes both adults and children. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. What does this reveal about society and our perception of the connection between youth, attractiveness, and celebrity? Leni Olumi Klum is a woman who has followed in her mother's footsteps and established a living by being in the public eye. But as we all know, social media has fundamentally changed the game. The latest trends are no longer limited to fashion magazines. Anyone with a smartphone may now share images that gain popularity quickly. This massive exposure is accompanied by both acclaim and criticism, and often the critics do not consider the consequences of their words. According to some experts, there is a growing problem with how we hold celebrities to higher standards, particularly when it comes to their bodies. What qualifies as acceptable personal photos on the internet is thus called into question. Are we as viewers asking too much of the celebrity, or is it their job to set limits and limit what they share? This is when the conversation gets complicated. Celebrities like Leni must choose how much of their lives to share with the world, even though they are allowed to express themselves any way they see fit. The fact that different people, cultures, and age groups have varying notions about what is and is not appropriate must be kept in mind. Given how young celebrities are portrayed in the media these days, some adults could find Leni's bikini photos frightening, while others might find them inspirational and a great example of body confidence. This difference of opinion often leads to public indignation, which sometimes becomes too much for the person in question. Leni's tale is only one example of how social media and digital privacy are being discussed more broadly. As a society, we need to consider how much of our private lives should be shared online. Remember that every image represents an actual person, and that we shouldn't expect famous people to explain their personal choices just because they are well known. Celebrities should have their boundaries respected, just like everyone else, and it's important to foster a culture that respects their right to share or not share as much as they like. As we progress in this digital age, it will become more difficult to distinguish between our private and public lives. Although what is considered appropriate will evolve over time, polite discourse is always required, especially when talking about the lives of young people who are still developing their identities and navigating the pressures of public life. Leni's bikini pictures are but one example in a much larger debate, but they serve as a reminder that privacy and celebrity culture are difficult subjects that need careful consideration. In conclusion, Leni Olumi Klum's bikini pictures reveal the complex aspects of celebrity life in the internet era. While some would view them as empowering, others could be uncomfortable with how the general public is using them. Regardless of your opinion, one thing is for sure: Leni and other celebrities should be allowed to express themselves without fear of repercussions. As viewers, it is our responsibility to engage with content in a thoughtful and civil way. Therefore, the next time you see a celebrity's social media photo, take a moment to consider the bigger picture before passing judgment. We appreciate you watching. Make sure to subscribe and return frequently for more fascinating discussions about privacy, social media, and celebrities. And remember, whether it's a casual snapshot or a bikini photo, let's continue to have polite conversations that allow everyone to freely express themselves honestly.